right now, while you're listening to this, one of your sales reps is pasting a customer's email address into ChatGPT. Another team member just uploaded a strategic memo to Claude to clean up the language. Your marketing manager is using Gemini to draft a campaign brief that includes unreleased product features. And your IT department has no idea. Welcome to Shadow AI. 90% of employees are using AI tools you didn't approve. And the question isn't whether they're doing it. They are. The question is, are you going to hide from it or are you going to lead it? Today, I'm going to show you how to turn your biggest security risk into your biggest competitive advantage.
Mike's got the hat, the AI kind. Unlocking power in business you'll find. Cut through the hype, explore the tech. Every week, new ideas to check. Allton leads us on a digital quest. AI secrets he'll always invest. Tune in tight, don't miss a beat. Knowledge groove, keep you on your feet. Listen up to the AI flow. Business growth, here we go. Cutting edge insights, that's the plan. With the AI hat, you'll understand.
Welcome back to AI for Revenue Leaders, the AI Hat podcast. I'm Mike Allton, and this is episode 2 of our new season. If you listened to episode 1, you identified the admin drag that's killing your team's productivity. You asked your reps what tasks they wish a robot could do for them. And if you didn't, go back and listen to it. And if you're like most leaders I talk to, you got an uncomfortable answer. I'm already using AI for that. Cue the panic. Because now you're realizing that your team's been using unsanctioned tools for months, maybe years. And you have no idea what data they've been feeding into these systems. So your first instinct might be to shut it down, ban it, block the IP, send a stern email from IT. I'm going to tell you why that is the worst possible move you can make. And then I'm going to give you the exact framework to govern this properly. Let's start with the data, because this is not a hypothetical problem. A recent study that I read found that while only 40% of companies have official enterprise AI licenses, 90% of employees are using AI tools through personal accounts. Let that sink in. Your team is already building their own digital crew. They're just doing it in the shadows. And this isn't a Stranger Things reference. And here's the thing. They're not doing it to be malicious. They're doing it because they're drowning in the admin work we talked about in episode 1. You hired brilliant people. You gave them quotas. And then you buried them in data entry and report building. So they did what any smart person would do. They found a tool that helps them keep up. The problem is they found the free version of ChatGPT, or they're using their personal Claude account. And they've got no idea that when they paste a customer's PII into that chat window, they just violated GDPR. Most companies respond to Shadow AI with what I call the ostrich strategy. They stick their head in the sand and pretend it's not happening. Worse, they issue a blanket ban. Effective immediately, the use of any generative AI tool is prohibited. Violations will result in disciplinary action. You know what happens? Your team doesn't stop using AI. They just stop telling you about it. You've now driven the behavior completely underground, where you've got zero visibility and zero governance. Congratulations. You just made the problem worse. Here's the hard truth. You cannot ban your way out of this. The tools are just too accessible. The productivity gains are too real, and your competitors are already sanctioning these tools and pulling ahead. So let me paint you a picture of what's happening right now in most revenue organizations. Scenario 1, let's look at a sales rep. Your top performer is using ChatGPT to draft personalized outreach emails. She's feeding it the prospect's LinkedIn profile, their company website and recent news articles, and it's working. Her response rates are up 40%. But she's also pasting in internal notes from your CRM, including deal values, competitor mentions, and strategic pricing discussions. That data is now in OpenAI's system. And while OpenAI says they don't train on ChatGPT plus inputs, your legal team doesn't have a contract with OpenAI. So if there's ever a breach, you have zero recourse. Scenario 2, let's look at a marketing manager. Your marketing team's using Midjourney to create campaign visuals. Fantastic. But they're also uploading photos of your unreleased product prototypes to generate concept art. Those images are now publicly visible in Midjourney's community gallery. Your competitor just saw them. How about scenario 3? Let's look at RevOps. Your RevOps person is using Claude to help write SQL queries to pull pipeline data. To test the queries, he's pasting in actual customer records, names, email addresses, deal values. He doesn't realize that Anthropic's free tier doesn't have the same data protections as the enterprise version. You now have a data leak. Before we talk about governance, I want you to understand something important. Your team is not trying to sabotage you. They're trying to survive. Think about it from their perspective. You've given them tools that are slow, clunky, and require 5 clicks to do what AI can do in 5 seconds. Your approved CRM takes 10 minutes to log a call. ChatGPT can summarize the call transcript and autofill the fields in 30 seconds. Your official email tool has templates that sound like they were written in 2003. AI can draft a personalized email that actually gets responses. So when your rep discovers AI, it feels like a superpower. It feels like the secret weapon that's going to help them finally hit quota. And when you tell them they can't use it, it feels like you're taking away the one thing that was helping them succeed. That's why the ban doesn't work. You're not fighting laziness. You're fighting desperation. So if banning doesn't work, what does? Sanctioning. Here's the shift I need you to make. Instead of asking, how do we stop this? Ask, how do we make this safe? Because here's the thing. When you sanction shadow AI, you don't just reduce risk, you unlock velocity. Think about it. Right now, your team is using the free, unsecured versions of these tools. They're limited to 25 messages a day. They're getting rate limited. They're copying and pasting between 6 different tabs. But if you give them the enterprise version, ChatGPT Enterprise, Google Gemini Enterprise, Claude for Business, you get contractual data protection. The vendor guarantees they won't train on your data. Unlimited usage. No more hitting message caps in the middle of a pitch. Admin controls. You can see who's using what and audit the inputs. And integration. These tools can plug directly into your CRM, your email, your calendar. You've now taken the thing your team was doing in the shadows and made it 10 times more powerful. That's how you win. All right. Get tactical. I'm going to give you the exact governance framework we use. It's called the traffic light system. It's simple enough that your team will actually remember it. Here's how it works. Green light, public data. What it is? It's information that's already publicly available. Marketing copy, LinkedIn posts, web summaries, general industry knowledge. Here's the rule. You may use consumer-grade AI tools like free ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude. Here's the test. Would I be comfortable posting this on my public LinkedIn profile? If yes, it's a green light. Yellow light, internal data. What it is internal memos, strategy drafts, sales emails, meeting notes, process documentation. And here's the rule. You must use enterprise-grade AI tools with contractual data protection. Gemini Enterprise, Microsoft Copilot, Claude for Business, and so on. The test is this sensitive to our business but not legally protected? If yes, it's a yellow light. Now here's the red light. Confidential data. What it is? Personally identifiable information, PII. Social security numbers, credit card data, unreleased financials, proprietary source card, HIPAA, GDPR protected info. And the rule is this data never enters an external AI platform, period. The test is simple. Would we face legal or regulatory consequences if this leaked? Yes, it's a red light. That's it. 3 categories, 3 rules. Print it, laminate it, put it on every desk. Okay? Now, here's how you roll this out without creating a witch hunt. You're going to launch a 30-day Amnesty program. Here's the concept. You send an email to your entire team that says, we know many of you are using AI tools to hit your goals. We love the initiative. We also know that sometimes our IT processes are slow and you just need to get the job done. So we're declaring a 30-day AI amnesty. During this period, please tell us every AI tool you're currently using. No penalties, no confiscation. We want to know what works so that we can buy the secure enterprise versions for the whole company. That's the email. Then you send them a simple 3-question survey. Number 1, what AI tool are you using? Name the specific platform. Number 2, what workflow does it solve for you? Be specific, drafting cold emails, summarizing meetings, etc. Number 3, what type of data do you input? Public, internal, or confidential? That's it. That's the survey. And you're going to learn 2 critical things from this survey. Number 1, where your current tech stack is failing. If 80% of your team is using AI to summarize meetings, that tells you your meeting notes process is broken. And number 2, what your actual risk exposure is. If people are putting PII into free tools, you know where to focus your security training. Now, once you've collected the survey data, here's your 7-day action plan. Days 1 and 2, legal and IT review the results. Flag any major security violations like PII and free tools, etc. Do not punish anyone during the amnesty period. Just note it. Day 3, identify the top 3 to 5 tools your team is using, research the enterprise versions, and get pricing. Day 4, meet with finance or procurement. Make the business case. We're already exposed to this risk. Buying the enterprise licenses reduces our liability and makes the team faster. That's the business case. Day 5, announce the approved tools list. You send login credentials for the enterprise versions, provide a 15-minute training video on the traffic light system. Day 6 to 7, IT blocks access to the free versions of the tools you've now replaced with enterprise licenses. And this is important. You're not banning AI. You're redirecting them to the safe version. On day 30, amnesty ends. The policy goes live. Anyone using unsanctioned tools after this point is now subject to progressive discipline. Look, I get it. This maybe feels risky, maybe even expensive. You're worried that if you sanction AI, you're opening a Pandora's box. You're worried about data leaks, hallucinations, and your team becoming over-reliant on tools they don't understand. Those are valid concerns. But here's what I know. The box is already open. Your team is already using AI. The question is whether you're going to govern it or whether you're going to let it govern you. The companies that win this year are the ones that stop fighting the current and start building the channels. You don't ban the river, you build a dam. In the next episode, we're going to take this to the next level. We're going to talk about how to hire your first digital crew member, how to move from AI as a tool to AI as a teammate. We're going to walk through a real workflow, building a sales prep agent that researches your prospects 15 minutes before every call and drops a battle card in your rep's inbox. That's the future, and it starts with the work you're going to do this week. Your assignment? Download the Shadow AI Governance Launchpad. It has the email templates, the survey questions, and the traffic light cheat sheet ready to go. It's at theaihat.com/shadow-AI. That's theaihat.com/shadow-AI. Grab it there. And then send the amnesty email this week. Don't wait, because every day you wait, your team is taking more risk and your competitors are pulling further ahead. I'm Mike Allton. Let's sanction the shadow. Welcome to the grid. That's a wrap on another episode of the AI Hat Podcast. I hope you gained some valuable insights and actionable strategies to boost your business with AI. If you enjoyed the show, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with your network. And don't forget to visit theaihat.com for more resources and to connect with me. Until next time, keep innovating and remember, the future of business is human and it's powered by AI.